We should be back now. On top of servers, you know, completely demolishing the servers, Mecca's internet also died. So things
Hopefully we're
started
back.
going
We have no
awry.
HUD for now, but we're hopefully going to get up and running very shortly. A little op kill for. We're back. Oh my goodness, we're back. Okay, Counter Strike is underway. Love to see it.
Yeah,
Wait,
Citron picked up
40
the first
strong.
kill. Yeah.
Right, right. So T side Anubis, we know that it can be pretty bountiful and just getting a space and getting kills. And we see H4K taking advantage of that early on with the op kill between Citron and my rival going in favor of Citron.
Yeah, and I know
These
Anubis is one of those maps that is notoriously a little bit more T-sided, so I'm assuming that's why the Welling Wizards wanted to and opted to start T-side. The Ribeye Rippers with 3 should bode well overall going into that second half, seeing that as it is their map pick.
Right, and that's sort of why I'm hopeful that H4K is able to keep up the momentum to reach further than just getting a good T side. But if the T side ends up being good from Ribeye Rippers, then this could be a 2-0 if Cow's Anubis is as strong as people talked it up to be, then that's what we might be seeing. But Citron picks up a couple more kills on the op. Jack is able to secure a kill towards A side, and it leaves Dyron all alone towards the E box position, trying to save this A1S. Yeah, not really much of a contest in this round. It pretty much just ended while we were getting our feet, wet and getting back into things. And yeah, pretty quick round all around.
Yeah, I mean Citron, kind of picking up the op, going against the my rival op that was so dominant on Mirage, right? Getting some good opening picks, repositioning, going towards jungle, connector stairs, kind of being everywhere and nowhere all at once, being very mobile with that op. Citron, like we said, the highest rated player of the lobby and of the Walling Wizards, picking up that op to just counteract and counter my rival would be huge, and it came, to fruition, picking up 3 kills in that round, and just helping move their team a little bit forward. Right, we did mention that Daniel H, coming back in after being subbed out for map 1, doing a lot of the heavy lifting, but now it looks like Citron has kind of woken up here. Maybe due to the tech pause, it also may be due to just, them realizing they need to wake up and kind of step up.
You're right. And I think that Citron getting onto the op this game, he wasn't last time, but he's on the op this time. And that alone is very different scenes, but it's already showing to be bountiful. This round, however, we see a huge skirmish on the B bomb site. In the first couple seconds, all of the CTs try to push out against the Ts. There was a team kill in the middle of it.
The bomb
And
dropped.
the bomb is dropped, and that play from Coda is something else. That is all I can really say about it. I mean, that is a very ballsy play to just walk through the smoke with no extra utility helping you with the bomb in your hand. That is a play of all time for sure.
Yeah, and maybe it's a bit of miscommunication there, but that smoke is just deep enough to where it covers just the edge of the bomb, and so they can see the little blinking light flashing. So if they were to pick it up by going through the smoke, it would have been caught off guard. But Cancer,
Oh,
the fadeaway shot onto Daniel, that's shutting down the highest kill player in the lobby so far, and it's up to Citron, the 1v2.
that is. I mean, that's a headshot that you need to take on these pistols, and Dyron picks up 3. The only rifle on the CT side, he makes it work, and he's gonna pick up 3. He is leading. His ADR might not be. I'm not sure if it's all broken. It looks like ADR numbers are probably just broken, but yeah, at least right now, Dyron picking up 17 and 5, leading the entire lobby in kills. I mean, he's having a field day on Anubis here.
Yeah, we saw that Dyron was doing some impactful work there on Mirage and bringing it back once again here. Obviously counteracting Iguana and Halcyon, maybe not needing to have as much impact because Dyron is
Oh,
going
but
off.
Daniel,
Oh my goodness, a good trade overall, but that's a great opening pick from Daniel.
he was just so much faster and way further ahead than I think Iguana ever expected him to be. A ton of damage being traded on both ends, and mid has sort of been given up. Pretty passive. Doors and House were handed over to the T's with Citron and Jack trying to work together to take that space. Cantor was going to trade out my rival by killing not only Mekis, but also dropping James Coda. Another kill towards the B bomb site. And oh, Jack, he tries to walk through the edge of that smoke. to catch off Halcyon, and it does not work, leaving Citron in the 1v3 with an op in his hands. He could drop the op to grab an AK, but right now, everyone is grouped towards the B bomb site with the bomb being down outside of B.
Oh,
No,
this
I
is
don't think the CTs know about it, but this is weird.
does Sachin
There's
clear
a
it though? Does he clear this top above the stairs?
he has to, right?
He
Oh,
does,
the
and that's
dink.
great quick scope.
That's a good kill, but he took so much damage and he has no HP. The bomb isn't near him. I would not be surprised if he just goes for the save here. There's not really much he can do in this situation. He just needs to be fed 2 kills. So if Dyron is feeling like it, he can just swing a B-box, and then Cantor could walk into him to try to trade, but the bomb is nowhere near him to make anything of this round. So the op is going to get saved. Another CT round is going to go in the favor of Cal, and that's going to put them up to 5. So this went from being, H4K running away with it. They responded. They lost the opening 3, responded with 6 in a row to put up a little streak of their own. It's now going to be potentially a tied game at the half. There is plenty of money on H4K to drop some rifles and get at least a Galil in everyone's hand. It looks like an AK will go to everybody. But we might be seeing an even half. This could be a 6-6 half going into H4K CT side and Cal's T side.
Yeah, and seeing as it is the Cal Ribeye Rippers pick here, their T side might be a little bit more in depth, might be a little bit more detailed strat book overall here. But the Ribeye Rippers have a really good comeback, right? They ended up losing the round beforehand, but that equal round on top of having this subsequent round win did wonders for their economy and gave them 2 extra rounds to really work with to make it this even.
Yeah, this is definitely, it's at least become more competitive than Mirage ever was, which to me is all you can really ask for. So even if this does end here on Anubis, we don't see Nuke, this would still be a really, definitely a much more enjoyable map to watch. Cantor takes a lot of damage from Coda, but he's going to get the upper hand and take him out. Another CT side opener for Cal. These last couple rounds, they've been successful in getting the first kill. We saw, one round a couple rounds ago where Citron, was getting the opening pick against the CTs, and it kind of led to them snowballing into a round win, but it's not working this time around. We've seen a couple rounds where even, Daniel's picking up a kill early on, like he was towards A main in the last round, but it didn't result in a round win. They are creeping up towards A. The right-click flash. Daniel's going to swing out. Iguana goes down. Halcyon swings out when Daniel pulls out the grenade. It does isolate Citron. He is now stuck on Fountain with an op. They know where he is, but Jack's timing is pretty big. He has all the space to go walk out cams. He can get up close to clear the Heaven guy. Mekis drops Dyron. And, Halcyon, he has an edge of Jack, but he's not ready for Jack to be close. Jack swings, and he's going to clear out Heaven and take that space. Now a 3v2 for the H4K. And, Jack, low HP Cancer. He can't hold up. And my rival, he thinks about the save, but this is the last round, buddy. You can't save. This is looking like 5-7 here. He is walking through the smoke with the op, but Mekis is holding it close, and the headshot comes through. H4K, they were going to win their T side 7-5 here after making a nice recovery with its streak in the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. It really just came down to Daniel H kind of working that out here, right? Going for that fake flash, or not fake flash, but that right click flash to kind of go for the early peak, and obviously not being ready to trade out that player, right? It was a quick trade overall from the half wall player, but they let Iguana die, which could have been used to kind of help mitigate that A take. Maybe you just have a little bit more life into holding on the site there, but Daniel good at finding an opening, trying to weave around, trying to make something happen for their team, and it does come to fruition there. But it's very even half here so far, 7-5. Nothing really to scoff at, just 1 round away from being a 6-6 tied scoreline here. And we are going to see dualies onto Dyron here. I believe it was on the ATL cast stream where we saw the Challenger tier have a couple of dualies on a couple of players here on the CT side. So I guess the dualies are the new meta here for CS2.
Yeah, I think dualies, I've definitely seen. I know that before I used to see people drop dualies, but I think they become ever more popular going into CS2, and we're gonna have to see if those dualies have any impact here. The heaven smoke comes through, so Mekis is gonna be cut off, but he's still gonna pick up one before that smoke goes down, and he goes down with it. Iguana and Halcyon, they are gonna grab some responses, but Jack picks up 2 headshots on that USP. Daniel H, he is shooting like crazy, and this damage is slowly adding up. Halcyon left with just a couple pixels of HP, and he's going to get dropped by a Citron headshot from the flank. But Jack, 3 in the pistol round, going to guarantee that H4K win the 3rd pistol of this series, or the 4th pistol of this series, their 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, now it comes down to, once again, the subsequent buy, the force buy round. No bomb plant down for the Ribeye Ripper, so they kind of are forced to concede a 9th round here if they want to get the guns out coming in onto the 15th, or excuse me, 15th round, excuse me. And bomb plant would have been helpful for the, for anything, right? Even in this round, it'll help their economy build up in the long run to allow them to have much better buy to solidify and make sure that that the Walling Wizards don't reach match points so easily. And those nade stacks misses, but one huge nade onto Iguana and Gyron puts him down solo, and the big grinder of the Walling Wizards here towards Cams.
But they did dink each other, and so Jack is low HP, and he goes down just like Citron did. So that's not going to probably be much. But Iguana at least picks up 2, which is more than you could really ask for on a full Glock round. So Mekis is going to keep the round from getting any more out of hand. We see 9 out of the H4K Walling Wizards. The guns are going to be bought up. Cow. No bomb plant, so they're going to opt for AKs and bad utility or some Galils and some better utility. Looks like the former is what they're going to decide on. And this is where Cal, if their Anubis is so strong and it is so unbeatable, they need to show that right here on this T side.
Yeah, absolutely, right? I mean, just having 1 or 2 players buy down to Galil and have a little bit more utility to work with is ideal, just because that the early round of Anubis requires so much utility, but Daniel H caught off guard with the AKs running through Coda. And here in the cross smoke, as Iguana picks up another kill onto, or excuse me, that's the first kill. Radar not done yet. Coda trying to go for a second, does pick it up. Jack and Citron.
Oh my gosh, Jack on the MP9 is just a monster. He's gonna get 2, but Cantor in the 1v3 drops the 2 MP9s to try to recover the round, but the grenade's fumbling in his hands. His body tumbles down as Mekis is gonna lock that round in, reach double digits for the Walling Wizards.
That is a heartbreaker and a half for the Ribeye Rippers here for the Cal side. Sans, crying in their chair, crumbling in the fetal position after seeing that round go down. It looked really well as they were attacking that side. The first opening kill and followed up by a second, but some good spam, some good trades, and a very fast rotations. We saw, I believe it was Jack coming in from Epochs, very fast. I don't know if they came from middle and dropped down from bridge, or if they just booked it past a bomb site there. But yeah, you see Coda picking up a couple kills there. Cantor with some good heroics to try to save it back, but it just wasn't enough. Assumed that there was no one in Palace, but the timing was not in their favor. Fumbling with nades. Walling Wizards are now at 10. They have to give up another round for the Ribeye, or the Ribeye Rippers have to give up another round, excuse me, to have another buy, especially with no bomb plant down. It's not looking good so far. We might be seeing new.
It does look like this is going to be sort of do or die for Cow here on Anubis. We talked about how our analysts talked about how strong of a map this was, and I just kind of chalked up the 5-7 scoreline at the half. Just kind of said, it's CT side Anubis. It's pretty weak. It's kind of hard to make a lot happen, but they haven't really spoken up and said much to reply on this early T side. Their pistol round got shut down. The conversion just resulted in some pistols, maybe trading out a couple MP9s, and then the gun round started, and the gun rounds didn't do much. They kind of just fell apart. I mean, they got it into a 1v1 after Cantor almost brought it back from a 1v3, but it still just resulted in a very easy, a mostly easy round for just MP9s, really, coming out from H4K. So Cantor did get an opening headshot on Dakota, who walked through B, and so put the CTs on a little bit of a back foot against pistols. They have no utility, though. No flashes, no smokes, no nothing. So anything they do is just going to have to really be a contact play. 45 seconds left, and you're going to have to start making some decisions on which direction they want to go with this, with the pack. Now, it looks like they are opting to walk through canals.
Oh, my rival gonna get called out here quickly on the clear. I want to note that Cantor getting the opening kill onto Coda there pushing through B does force the rotations now from the Walling Wizards. But after that secondary kill, now they have an idea of where the Ribeye Rippers might be heading. Middle, obviously split through towards Cams or through Palace when
Oh
Halcyon making
no.
a lot of noise. They probably are going to notice that this is probably going to be a fake just because it's noise being made. But the bomb has been planted over on the B site, and Cancer picking up Daniel H. The bomb has been planted, and guns have been retrieved.
Just an MP9 in the hands of Iguana, but Kendra still has that M4A4. The only rifle on this CT side. A flick from Citron! Oh my god! He drops Cantor in his place. No chance in the round for him, but Iguana on the MP9. Jack is low HP. He drops, he picks up the second one. Citron, the round in his hands. He hits another op shot. After that first flick, the second one should be easier. Iguana goes down, and he makes it look as easy as can be. But no kit.
You have time, right?
This is really close. But he has it. 11 for the Walling Wizards. A replay. Oh my god, that shot on a Cantor is just... That's why Citron is so... That's why Citron has such a high rating. That's why he's touted as one of the best players on this team. He's able to just pull things out of his ass like that.
Indeed. I mean, you're not the highest rated player on the team and even in the lobby without being able to have shots like that, without being able to be the difference maker, that X factor for for your team there. But now, after conceding that round, it did come really close. So the economy not looking good for the Walling Wizards. Ribeye Rippers just need to have a couple of good rounds to break that economy for them to just start rolling in a win streak here, as we do see someone walking up towards bridge and they get taken out. That's Jax taken out by Iguana here through the smoke off of a timing. The HUD is back, ladies and gentlemen. Minute 30 left on the clock here, and an opening pick for the Ribeye Rippers. Now, can they close out the round? Is a real question.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it being another round where, so we pretty much assumed that Cal was going to give up 11 to H4K to come back into this half. And Daniel H, he gets picked off early by Cantor. Cantor really feels like he's getting these early headshots, but it's just not enough for the round to go in their favor. And the arm of Cantor is shown off to Coda to try to take him out towards mid, but gonna have to fall back. We did lose 2 CTs in the first minute of this round, and that's caused a bit of a gamble towards the A bomb site, but that gamble is the right gamble to be making. I think Coda is he's second guessing his positioning, but he needs to just be locked into helping this A bomb, this bomb site defense with mechas. Util is starting to fly in. The flashes and the smokes are coming over, and there's an exec coming up behind this Molotov. They're slowed down, but the Molotov in back of Cake is going to force mechas out. All of the HE damage in the spray. This should be enough for Coda. Bomb gets dropped, but the op on my rival is going to be able to pick up the kill onto James Coda. It leaves Citron on his own op in a 1v3 to clutch. 2 players at low HP. Dyron the only one at full. This might just be a save, just to play it safe, just to try to go deeper into this half.
Absolutely, but this is what breaks the Walling Wizards economy. I mean, look at what they have. No lawless bonus being built up. They only have the op onto Citron. The most that they're going to get is on maybe just on maybe Jag. Just another $1,400 into this next round here. So they have to concede and they have to save just so that they can have a little bit more stability in the economy. Giving up a couple of rounds there, we do see Citron picking up that first kill and trying to fall back here, and maybe they can fall away close enough, but they're sticking for the fight, and no one's going to be pushing that.
I don't know if I like this at all. This just feels it's just making me nervous, seeing him stick around like that, because if he dies, then any chance of them really winning this next round on like a saber, like a bad buy, is just down the drain. But Ribeye Rippers, they get on the board. They pick up their first T round, and that's the answer they needed to have on this gun round.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that the Ribeye Rippers can get that round, right? We saw it in a couple of rounds. We saw it on the pistol round. They managed to get the bomb plant down with Cantor, almost winning out that clutch. We saw it towards the pistol round. We just saw it multiple times that Ribeye Rippers are getting so close, but they're not closing it out, right? So the fact that they can do that and they have done it now just shows that they have that much confidence. Jack tagged through the wall. My rival being a bit afraid here. Maybe waiting for another push to come through, but they're left alone on the island trying to make their way back. But no, they're going for the re-aggression. That's Mechas close by. Push right. Another tag, another leg by my rival. Taking out Dyron from across the map there. Quick little recovery. some good damage being done on the Welling Wizards, but a kill nonetheless onto the Ribeye Rippers. And also smoke off here. That HE could do some good damage, but it misses the mark. And Mecha is slowly reapproaching. Cantor onto James Coda over there on the B side. Just an absolute monster. Kind of denying all this space here for these B players, keeping them on their toes. So looking like it's not sure where they want to go. Iguana trying to think of where they can end. Mech is making a lot of noise. Myra should be ready for this. Does pick up the kill. And now they know that there should be at least 2 players. The kill cam might be betraying them. My rival's going up close and personal. Jack with the MP9. Did not get the kill, but Citron with a good trade back onto Halcyon. And now it's an op versus op duel. And Citron is holding for the cross from A main here.
His timing is really nervous, but Daniel seems to be aware of Cantor being towards mid. The molly comes in, so they know for sure now. This is a 2v4 in the making. Daniel H is going to get the MP9 kill onto Iguana. This mid split is coming in from Cantor, is still active. They're so aware and ready. Daniel H on the MP9. Some crazy heroics to make this round possible.
10 seconds.
The flash coming in, my rival is full blinded. He picks off the edge of Citron. A nice shot from him, and he's going to stick this bomb plan. Daniel H is still in heaven, and they know he's got to be here. My rival is trained on heaven. Daniel H trying to jiggle out and force the peak. Jumping down in midair, but my rival, the 1v2 on that op is going to speak volume as that 7th round comes in for Cow.
Yeah, and once again, the economy in shambles. They forced into the round, and they made it very close. Welling Wizards could have had match point there, and they faltered. My rival coming in huge there. That kill onto Citron into heaven off of that flash was huge, right? Just a little bit of the pocket showing, just a little bit of the thigh meat showing off there, and picks up the kill. We saw Citron in the previous round hitting a nice flick, and my rival counters back with another nice flick of their own, and they take a tactical timeout. I mean, after in a play like that, winning the clutch, taking a tactical timeout, not just to review the strategy, but also just calm down the nerves after the nice clutch, maybe give each other a nice, let's go, my rival. But to calm everything down and keep your head in the game. You don't want to overheat this early on. The comeback can still very much happen, but the scoreline is still 7-11. You have more rounds to win if you want to start going crazy here. And the security camera watching us here, I believe, and we're back. Citron with just 2 flashbangs. I believe they're flashing into A main, and after they hear those 2 flashes, they should be coming and understanding. We do have Halcyon though close by, ready to hear any noise. And here's everyone stepping up, lots of footsteps, and is ready for this fight. Onto Drugs here. Quick little headshot onto James Coda there, and trying to fall back here. Tosses an HE and gets caught off guard, but Molly's there to deter them. Mech is caught off guard, trying to run away. Skyrim with 3 quick kills of their own, and it's all left up to Citron here towards Palace.
This is the right call for, I would say, both sides. The full eco to try to get some money in and try to make sure that this game doesn't get out of hand from the CTs it's a good decision. It's a smart play to just recognize that we can't really keep forcing in, even if the rounds are really close. I mean, almost every single round was just 1v1 after 1v1, right? Even on like the half buy on the pistols where Citron barely, where Citron gets the double kill in the op in against Cantor and I don't remember who was it. I think it was Iguana in E-Box, and then the 1v1 between where Cantor goes from a 1v3 to a 1v1 when he's in jail. I mean, a lot of these rounds on the CT side have been super close. So even if they're winning them, that's why the economy was so easily broken after just 2 rounds, or really just 1 round. They just really couldn't compete because of that, because of how close this half has been.
Yeah, Sponge's law taken into effect there, right? You need to kill at least 3 CTs to even have a chance at breaking the economy. And we saw, like you mentioned, when it came down to 1v1s, 1v2s, and going for saves, it just didn't look well for the Welling Wizards. But now the guns are out. Daniel H on the XM, so I believe they're going to be playing a little bit more close, maybe towards either A main or even towards E-Box there. But the rest of the team does have guns, with Citron still donning the AWP.
Yeah, and my rival has not been able to really win these head-to-heads against Citron when they both had an op. So I think if the Cal really wants to guarantee that they get back into this game, they either need to be avoiding the op, or my rival needs to become the real rival of Citron and start putting up a fight against them.
Yeah, I mean, sure, the impact of the op is more crucial when it comes to the opening picks and closing picks, but if you can just have the fear instilled of needing to avoid that op, I feel like you already won as an opper, right? Having that fear, showing off that you are the superior opper, might make make someone like my rival just be a little bit scared to play their normal play style, seeing that they are being sort of diffed here as an op.
Yeah, and I mean this has been I think the most quiet round we've seen in the entire game. 1 minute in not a speck of damage has been done to either side. Um, I mean, really just a lot of patience. Um, Cantor or Halcyon is trying to act towards this E box to pull rotates or hold people in or try to do something, but we're we're gonna see we're gonna probably see the stack actually work out. The op on Citron activates. It gets the first kill. Halcyon goes down early. And Daniel H is repositioning, and he catches off Cantor while the nade is in his hand. All that damage onto Daniel doesn't even really matter at this point. They have 15 seconds, but they don't have time to go back to A. They have to commit on this. Daniel H is just staying tucked in to try to waste as much time as possible, and he's just going to be able to lock this round in. He gets 3 on the XM, and Dyron takes so much damage. The op is a little overkill, but he dies to Citron. In 12 has been reached by the Walling Wizards. Map point to push us to nuke.
Yeah, all it takes is 1 or 2 simple mistakes, right? Cantor getting caught off guard, fumbling their nades, wanting to catch the HE on the timing, knowing that there was an op on the B side posted, and they weren't aware of Daniel. Now, usually when you see teams playing like unorthodox weapons like the XM, even though it is overpowered in CS2, you don't normally see it that much in pro play, right? There has to be a strategy around it, and the strat was to have Daniel, or at least excuse me, Citron, be the bait for Daniel to sneak that op. And as you mentioned, and my rival, winning an opening duel against Citron. Now that's the offer taken out for the Walling Wizards, and an opening pick for the Ribeye Rippers. They have been able to kind of solidify these rounds when they have found the opening pick, but they have to continue it, and they have to play a little bit picture perfect CS.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what I was saying. Is for Cow to sort of fight back against the op, they need to start winning that head to head. And Citron has just proven to be such a problem for this team. And my rival, in a time of need, he comes up big and he gets that opening kill. And that just forces some early rotates. We have Coda staying towards the E box, but really at this point, he's backed off into site. He's the only one left on this B site. We now have 2 of these T's just sticking around towards mid, 1 in canals and 1 in bridge, holding in all the presence. And Coda, he gets a dink onto Iguana and gets out with his life somehow, even though there are quite a few T's there. And my rival, he takes out Daniel after that first op shot from him. And Halcyon is trying to wrap sight and take out Coda, but Jack from Temple is going to try to get the round locked in. Mekis is going to also come in to the rescue to relieve Coda. It's just 1 kill on each player from H4K is enough to put this round into some huge disarray. I mean, it's leaving my rival the only player in this round to really make have some heavy presence.
Oh, look at this.
The rotate into canals. This is a really smart play to pull them off the B bomb site. Coda is just watching this, and it feels like Coda knows the noise is coming in. Where if Coda's close enough, he might hear this. My rival has to be fully making loud noise to secure themselves. They're gonna wait to hear the beep. They hear the beep. Do they not? It has to be towards the B side. Do they not hear it?
They do. Okay.
Okay.
They took them some time to
bit.
listen. They had to shush the comms here. But my rival, a good repositioning, knowing that after they left B main, they had to go wait for the rotation need to pick up the first kill. And now presence has been made aware for match point for the map at least for the Walling Wizards, and overtime for the Ribeye Rippers if they want to continue it. A molly onto the bomb, but a smoke.
This is going to be tight, but I think Coda's going to have it. If my rival can't aim and hit him, it's not going to go his way. 13 is reached. H4K apparently are able to beat the unbeatable monsters of Cal on Anubis. They go down, and we're going to be going to a map 3 here. We're going to see Nuke on the horizon, but to talk about this this next map here, or talk about this map and what's coming up, we're going to go right back to our desk.
What an absolute turn of events. I mean, at least in my mind. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. You totally didn't say 2-0. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nope, never said 2-0. But that is okay. We're currently 1-1. For those of you who tuned in during that last match, Cow actually took the first map H4K's pick of Mirage comfortably 13-5. And now here we are with, oh shoot, I didn't get who had the, was it 8? I believe it was 8 on the side of Cow, 13 for H4K, and we're headed over to Nuke, the decider map. Oh. Well, apparently Starly is having a couple of tech issues, but that is okay. Like I said, for those of you tuning in, Mirage 5-13 in favor of Cow, and Anubis going the way of H4K 13-8 after a very long tech pause. We had a Valve update. Thanks a lot, Valve. We appreciate the Counter-Strike updates right in the middle of our broadcasting here tonight. But thankfully, to the wonderful people in our tech department, we got that sorted out in a somewhat timely manner, and the match continued. Again, going 13-8 in favor of H4K. Nuke is our decider map. A couple of things to note of that last map. Coda with an extra kill, going 6-16 instead of 5-18. So a little bit of improvement there. Maybe that's what they needed. But in addition to that, Jack and Daniel H, I mean, absolutely popping off in the beginning of the match. And then Citron coming in clutch late in the game. A little bit of hot potato with the bomb on their T side, but they figured it out. They got enough rounds to hold out on that CT side. Cow on the Cow side, they tried their best. Again, 5 rounds on the CT side, not too bad considering CT side Anubis is pretty rough. But I mean, only 3 rounds posted on their T side, just couldn't quite get it done. And I believe Starly, are you back? Do we have you live again?
Oh, okay.
I hope so too. Production has
Oh.
confirmed. Woohoo! Starly, welcome back.
I was forcibly muted for my awful, awful take of a 2-0. You must understand, because I totally, in the pregame, I called a Mirage win for Cow, a dominant Mirage win, and I thought it was wraps. I thought I could go to sleep at a regular hour. And no, H4K claw it back to give us a map 3, to give us a storyline. After Valve fights H4K, H4K comes out on top. H4K says, screw your stickers. We want map 3. And I think,
so.
I mean, I was just going to say a huge part of it was for a team that I did not think had a good grasp of the map. H4K was able to defend 4 out of 5 of their bomb plants, so they were able to outclass Cow on that CT side to keep them at 5. And I think when they got to T, they found a lot of opening picks. I think Citron on the op was a look that Cow was not expecting. Coming in during the regular season, Citron was not touted as an opper. He was touted as a rifler. And I think that kind of frustrated Cow because they were expecting not to face an op on Anubis. We saw E-Box get disrespected regularly. We saw a lot of, it felt kind of like a lazy take in mid, if I can say. There would be a house smoke and then the doors molly wouldn't be in sync, so Citron could find an opening for a fight there. And I think that kind of just threw Cow off kilter. And for a team, again, like I said, with a 63% T-side win rate on a map like Anubis, they only were able to scrounge up 3 rounds and give the Walling Wizards a map. That's something they got to tighten up when they move to Nuke.
Yeah, and speaking on that, now I want to move forward to going into Nuke, right? For both teams, maybe let's focus on Cow first. How do you think that they're, like you mentioned, good retakes, great retakes on Mirage, not so great on the Anubis side? How do you think that those retakes in particular are going to come into a map like Nuke? A lot more tactical. There's multiple. You got to know, obviously, your game sound and all of that stuff, but expecting what the T's are going to be throwing in, set pieces with all sorts of fun stuff like that. How do you think that retake success is going to play into this match on Nuke for Cow?
Well, I think it needs to start with a more. I think they just need to get the first kill more often. And I understand this is such like a 3-head take, but Cow was +9 in first kill differential on Mirage, and they were even on Anubis. A big part of that was Daniel H was +3, Citron was +1, Mechas was +2, and for me, I think Cow needs to get aggressive. I think they need to get in H4K's face. It felt like, on the first map, we said Cow is dictating the pace. They understand the map. They're feeling everything that H4K is doing. And, at no point during Cow's T side did I feel like that they were in control. Like maybe a round or two during the eco, I was like, okay, yeah, here comes the eco kills. Like they'll clean this up or whatever. But during the rifles, for a team with a 63%, T side win rate, and on the last round they're gonna time out basically almost, or was it the second to last round? They're gonna time out on T side Anubis. To me, it just screamed a lack of confidence on a map that you should be
Yeah.
confident on.
Yeah,
I think,
I would absolutely agree with
yeah,
you.
I think on T side nuke, I think the utility needs to get picked up. I would expect to see a lot of heavy A hits where you can get flashes through the roof, or some kind of heavy outside play where you can get flashes through. Because when Halcyon gets that support, when Iguana gets that support, they can get through and they break through fast. But you saw H4K's utility, you saw H4K's unexpected opping kind of turn the tide on Anubis, and County
We're back. Map 3 is about to get started. H4K versus Cow. What some might have expected to be a quick 2-0 for Cow, talking about how strong their Anubis was. We see ourselves in a map 3 after H4K win it convincingly. We are heading into Nuke. What are your thoughts? How are you feeling, Nexus?
Well, a little bit tired, had some chicken, also Valve causing a bunch of issues. But yeah, I mean, I had more faith in the Ribeye Rippers winning out against H4K. On Anubis, right? We heard Charlie talking about it in the pre-show analysis. Excuse me, talking about how you know Cal has just been so dominant on Anubis, and to see them falter that hardly is kind of surprising. It was a 13-8 scoreline, so not as bad of a scoreline, but still something to note, right? They were in a deficit in the first half, and they didn't win a single round on the second half until what was it, round 5? And they came off of like a couple of close rounds as well. So they were getting close up there, but they just didn't manage to close it out, and it didn't really work out for them overall there. But on Nuke, um, we don't really know much about each other's nukes, right? Charlie has mentioned once again in the pre-show analysis that Nuke would have been a surprise pick, and they even caught him off guard. So to see Nuke coming out is definitely huge, and the Nuke is definitely a map that isn't just so black and white. There's more to it going on than just going A and going B, right? You need to have outside control, maybe having a lot of lobby control, or maybe even downing back on the lobby control and putting all your resources towards outside. It's a more technical map, and I think you would agree, Owen.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the 2 points that I really want to look at are the oppers, right? You have Citron, who was opping on Anubis and was pretty dominant over my rival for most of the game, um, and especially on that when they switched sides and Citron was on the CT side, he was having really strong impact on that op and shutting down a lot of pushes and making the game difficult for the T's. So when you go to a map like Nuke, I think the ops impact can be felt so much, especially on opening picks, because with how the rotations on a map like Nuke work, you can force a lot of CTs to move around if you're able to get an opening kill as a T. I mean, that can cause a lot of chaos, and I'm excited to see if the head to head continues to be dominant from one side or the other, or if we do see more of a back and forth to have a little bit of a game on our hands.
Yeah, I mean, got word that I believe knife round is happening at the moment, so we are gonna bring you into the game momentarily here. But Nuke, I mean, like I said before, it's a map that it's just more technical map. There's a lot more to it than just, let's say, Mirage, where you need to take mid control and have someone looking for underpass. There is a lot more to the map, and its verticality does add some aspect to it. Same thing with Vertigo. Vertigo has a lot of verticality there, but Nuke is a little bit more enclosed. You have outside control, which is a little bit more open, but at least for me, sometimes it just feels a little bit more enclosed. I feel a little bit too claustrophobic there coming into the series.
Yeah, and we're here. We're on our pistol round. We have my rival and the rest of Cal ready to take on the T side of Nuke, which this is going to be the first time that we see Cal starting on T side the entire series. So we'll see how their pistol round goes. We're gonna see an early, outside default, a little bit of contact or a little bit of some people towards inside with you know with all of the CTs, but they're just gonna cross straight out secret. And I think we already have a lower rotate from Jack, so they are aware of this being a possibility and are sort of prepared for this to be the case. Halcyon is making contact. We are not seeing a full commit out anywhere yet. Just a lot of bullets are traded back and forth, but no kill coming in yet. Dyron is there to assist. Jack is taking all this damage, and he does finally get removed from this round. Iguana is holding off the T aggression or the CT aggression from ramp up close on this left side of ramp here. He's going to try to get a kill with his Glock. Coda takes some damage, but it's not enough for the kill. The bomb has been planted, but these CTs are coming in hot. Mecha's Citron and Coda all combined to get 3. We do see 2 T's left in the post plant. They're stuck at double doors, and Coda, with the dualies, is running at them, and it doesn't make it as easy as it could have been. My rival and Dyron both get 1. With Dyron left alive in the round, Daniel is trying to force his way through, and he guesses incorrect. Dyron saving this round in a 1v2. He's going to pick it up, and we're going to see a pistol round going in favor of Cow.
Yeah, and Tyron there messing with the door and managed to close the door and managed to make their way towards that long side position away from control, which confused Iron, right? The door being closed, no real attempt to be made for you to hear where exactly they're repositioning themselves. But that, like, that is a complete spot. I think if it wasn't a both sides, you would think maybe the left side, but the doors are always so wonky.
Yeah, I, I was kind of concerned, like confused by Koda's play to just run at them. I don't know why no one just tapped the bomb and got on it to force the tees out. That felt like a really poorly played round. I mean, they got all of the kills. It was like it was a 5v5 retake, or a 4v5 retake. Jack goes down without really any fight, and then it's just kind of on the rest of the CTs to make it happen. And they lost one player and picked up 3 kills, going from a 4v5 into a 3v2. They even get another one before things get messy, and then Diamond is just kind of left to win the round for them. So I don't know. It was just sort of weird that they were so aggressive on that, and we didn't see any forces or anything from the CTs. Somehow Citron gets a kill, and Coda now has 2 kills. I don't know what's going on.
It's a bomb drop too.
Oh my god, it is. And Jack has an AK. Okay, Coda dies, but he goes down to... He does so much damage to Halcyon that Jack is able to do all this more damage. And the USPs, the full eco, they win against the AK buy.
The cardinal sin of Counter-Strike is buying an AK second round. And that's why, right? The AK is such a powerful gun. And to really walk into like a bit of a stack there was so like outplayed. Because it wasn't that they were walking into stack blindly, is that they were caught off guard. They were trying to make their way towards the ace side, the Ribeye Rippers, right? Trying to weasel their way in through outside through mini, excuse me, and to get caught up by Coda and Citron from a Liege, and I believe Secret was huge. Now forces the Ribeye Rippers onto pistols, and against AKs, you're not winning that.
Yeah, I mean,
we saw it before.
I don't know.
But...
I'm just sort of baffled still. I really am. I'm surprised that it just felt like they were clueless. Like they had no idea that people were shooting at them. But Coda is maybe gonna get overrun. He drops the molly to contain them into ramp. My rival is just gonna run down and commit through it. Coda, please don't lose your head here. Dyron is gonna pick up Citron. He dies, and Jack is spamming through the smoke, and Coda is down. He's down to low health, and he's dead. What is up with the pistols? Both ends are making something out of nothing. Daniel H, he's going to try to stop the bomb play. Oh, in just the nick of time, a second headshot. He's going to take out Dyron. And a second round for the Walling Wizards. They're going to pick up against that eco, try to build a little bit of a bank. Going to have to drop some guns around. But yeah, a quick start for the CT side.
Yeah, and a good recovery too, right? They lost a pistol and they managed to win the second round. And now to kind of solidify that lead a little bit, their economy is still not looking too great because they had to reinvest in that second round there, but still looking good overall. They just need to make sure that they're winning these rounds. And no bomb plan down for the Ribeye Rippers means they have to save again. Bomb plan is very important when it comes to these T sides to just even have a good chance at forcing the CTs to not build up an economy. And we see Coda overrun, but gets too quickly and gets overrun. And another trade coming in from Jack, excuse me.
A dink, and the rifle's recovered. Rival could make something happen. He's gonna stick with the Glock, and well, at least 2 kills go the way of the Ribeye Rippers in this round. I'm surprised that. I mean, well, this is kind of weird. I'm surprised that Jack was so keen on fighting it. In that situation, you really can just give it up and just fall back. Like, give them as much space as they need. Because Daniel's towards lobby to contain, and you already have players down lower. You could just go chill towards hell or towards lockers and live. I mean, this is so awkward. I don't know how Rival's here. If he just can go into A and get a bomb plant. On a full Glock round, by the way.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, the bomb plan is really what you want here. And my rival taking the time to clear these angles, knowing that they have a bunch of time left, and don't do it. So,
he's just checking it. He's actually just gonna get a free plant. He's kind of just checking all his corners. He's got 25 seconds, but
I mean, I really like the way they clear it, though. I mean, he was clearing out CT vent. They cleared out, vents itself, Squeaky, into hut, and then into heaven and backside to make sure that maybe he wasn't going to get caught off guard on the timing. and manages to get the bomb plant down. Can't pick up the kill. That is Mecha picking up a kill with the XM there and defuse the bomb. Another round for the Walling Wizards, but still a good round overall for the Ribeye Rippers heading into this 5th round here.
Yeah, I mean, 2 kills in a bomb plant on a full Glock round is more than respectable. That's really all you can hope for, right? It's pretty perfect. But still is, even though that is the case, it is still another round for the CTs. Walling Wizards are trying to build their economy. Not quite perfect yet with a couple players dying, but they are sitting here waiting to make their decision on this buy. I think they're debating getting an op, and it looks like they're going to just go for the rifle instead. And Daniel H is going to actually drop a rifle and buy an MP9 for someone, or buy an MP9 for himself, excuse me.
I mean, $600.
I'm kind of excited to see what Daniel does. It looks like they're going to do a double lobby push with Jack and Coda, and through Hut as well. Mech he's going to die to Dyron, but there's the trade from Citron. Now back into the 3v3 very early on. Citron is still locking down sort of this outside area by Mini. Op on my rival, it comes alive. Daniel H is removed from the equation, and it's now a 2v3 for these CTs here. Both are sort of towards lower. One in vent, gonna come up, and the other one is towards ramp. And it looks like the T's are wanting to group and go down secret here, which at least means the rotate for either of these players is gonna be in pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, with 2 CTs now left alive for the Walling Wizards, they have to leave a gap somewhere, and the Ribeye Rippers have to kind of figure out where that gap is, just so that they can get the bomb plant down safely and win it out here. But it's looking like they're gambling correctly. They're heading towards that B side, but we do see Code, I believe, heading down towards ramp, and this door is going to make a lot of sound cues. Coda should get confirmation here, but I want to talk about the Walling Wizards lobby crunch. Normally you see people coming in from Hut and from ramp at the same time, but having it delayed just a little bit caused them to really kind of guess where the next player was going to be coming in from, catching Dyron off guard from that squeaky player as well here. Coda doing some good damage trying to prevent the bomb plant and doesn't really succeed, but does pick up a kill. So it is now down to a 2v2.
Coda re-peeking would have been so bad there. I was really worried that that's what he was going to do. And he's peeking, and he has so much attention pulled towards him that this is giving a lot of time to Citron to work into this round himself. He's going to open this double door. He has Cantor facing away from him. My rival on the op is spotted out, and Coda picks up a 3K in this round. The double kill from him towards ramp that's a pretty big round to win. That's a pretty big round. I mean, yes, he flashed for himself. I felt like in every day of the week, he should have gotten killed by either the rifle or the op holding ramp. I'm so surprised that he swung out and got one and lived.
I mean, sometimes
He's
it's
just
getting a little bit lucky, right? Trying to make sure your opponent misses that shot, misses a shot, just whiffs or overflicks or something to make that round happen. Just really came down, right? Coda stepping up after a poor performance in that first map, kind of stepping up in that second map, and now fully awake, fully ready to kind of push their team, to a victory to head to the semifinals here.
right. And that is, yet again, that is like one of those things where I'm not sure, what the exact play is for the T's. It felt like they weren't really aware of where the possible rotates could be coming in from. I guess they just didn't know that Citron would be towards mini and could go down vent or secret or something. I'm worried that Mecha lost internet again because we cannot see anything. I'm
Looks
gonna
a little
check
bit
the
frozen
Twitch
too.
stream, but I just have a feeling. Okay. But yeah, so just looking towards the start of this round, we're gonna be hoping to see some action from these T's. They decided to go for AKs, but they're so limited on their utility. Citron towards the mini with the op is gonna be the first time we see him get it out on the CT side. It did start off with the first op kills of this game coming from my rival in the previous round, but it wasn't really enough. And there's another kill, no op on my rival, but still that head-to-head is going to go the favor of Citron. The op speaks. It's going to open up the round here. 30 seconds in, and we're still waiting to see a response from the T's. A lot of players set up towards inner here. We have Daniel H boosted towards Mustang, and we have another player on top of Tetris holding Squeaky, being Mechas. Citron is walking into ramp to find more. He's going to just get away with murder. Halcyon gets dropped, and there he runs. Citron is able to fall back, trade places. He's going to leave Coda to hold ramp alone with rifle. And, I mean, Citron, even though this round he might not have a lot of impact because the rest of the players are inner, but he is doing what you need to be doing, where he's rotating around, he's getting a kill and backing off and not sticking around for too long. Look at this, he's already back towards Mini, holding into Squeaky, holding deep into lobby, and here's this third kill into the round. Cantor walks into his op, and there he goes. He's running all the way back. He's gonna go into heaven and hold hut, or try to hold his team and get them, be able to contain this inner presence. But there's 15 seconds left, and Cal's gonna save.
Yeah, I mean, the way Cantor, or excuse me, not Cantor, Citron is moving around the map is similar to that of Simple. I remember back in 2021 for the Stockholm Major, the big talking point was Navi's CT side, and the big scary factor was Simple being so mobile, right? And it keeps the T's off on guard, right? You get a kill towards outside, but then you die from the same op on ramp, and then die again from the same op from mini. You were not sure where they're gonna be and where they possibly can be. You can make a guess, assuming where they're gonna be, but it comes down to the mind game because both these teams have so much experience in the server that they have to really just guess correctly at that point. An educated guess, sure, but they have to educate guess correctly there. And once again, Citron
Right.
just going crazy. I mean,
Yeah, and I think it just shows the experience. Citron has had so much impact on this team this season, and I think it just shows so much so in rounds like that where he is so mobile. He is, doing everything he can to just be everywhere all at once. They were always just walking into him. Yeah, he only got 3 kills in the round, but I would honestly give it to him as an ace just because of his impact completely winning that round.
yeah, now does leave the Ribeye Rippers to invest a little bit more into this round, seeing that they did save a couple of guns there. They can definitely justify a buy here, but Jack getting some good damage in here, assuming that they might have gone down towards Secret, but nope. Gets their head
Oh.
completely ripped off by Cantor. And look at Iguana finding this timing.
This is really dangerous. Coda's in such a compromised position. If Iguana takes any extra space here, he is just being surrounded. And Iguana should have this kill on a platter. Coda gets put into the ground 6 feet under with that bullet. You have a 3v5 here for the Walling Wizards. Now, the bomb is just now getting into lobby. We have mechas down lower, and the only one that is on site, top site, is Daniel. Daniel is up in Mustang still. He's going to get the first kill onto my rival. He's going to drop and try to preserve himself, but the mini crunch comes in from Dyron, and Daniel H gets killed. It's going to leave a 2v4 in the hands of mechas and Citron, but they're not quite out of the woods yet. Their money is good, but you don't really want to throw this round away to them because the T's money isn't great. You don't want to just hand over an op. So I think the best interest is just to have them save.
Yeah, but they have to get away from the bomb very carefully. And if you're stuck on the lower side because of Nuke's verticality, that bomb is still probably going to do a good amount of damage to you had you have taken any damage here. They are full health, so they have a lot more room to work with. And Citron trying to go for another exit right here, by trying to take some guns away, spots the leg and gets the shot. That's Darren taken out. And with the T's money not looking so great, sure, they're going to have a good amount of money because of the bomb plant and the round win bonus. Still going to be a little bit, heavy on the pockets here for the Ribeye Rippers, but a second round now found, and they're hoping to continue this lead and continue snowballing.
I mean, that is still a good round for Cow to pick up. It's their second and a half. They were down 5-1. They needed to have some sort of response coming in soon. Otherwise, they kind of were just going to roll over and fall apart. So at least picking up one there, with a couple clean kills as well, a good timing hit from Iguana towards ramp, forcing the CTs to work and move around. It's a good reply. It's a good answer.
Absolutely.
And we are going to see...
I mean, they're shutting them down.
Yeah. We're seeing the early lobby default. They're trying to throw a smoke wall across, but there's nobody following behind it. Coda getting up close and personal in the smoke. A little bit of spam, but it's not going to result in anything just yet. Daniel H in the hut here. Aware of the possibility of many players in this lobby. Gonna bust open the smoke, but doesn't quite see anything. Halcyon takes some damage, and they're all coming out towards ramp towards Coda, but he gets overrun. Too many targets to choose from. He's not able to get anything.
The opening kills coming in quick for the Ribeye Rippers, picking up 2 in the round here, and just kind of throwing a wrench in the CT's holds, right? We saw some aggression from James Coda get easily punished and overrun. The A1S not doing them any favors here. Bomb yet to be planted though, and the rotates are here very quickly. Citron with the up, and this smoke is about to start fading soon.
This
There
is
should be a gap
such a
here.
tight angle. They're actually pulling out of ramp, and Citron could drop another one, but he doesn't. He misses the shot. 35 seconds on the clock here, and all the rotates are going up. The secret player is coming up to try to go through mini to rotate, and a grenade towards heaven is going to do plenty of damage, enough to drop, enough to kill Halcyon in a trade. Mekis, Halcyon, or sorry, Mekis and Citron are able to get the last two to end the round. In the sixth goes in favor of H4K. They're just responding so well. Citron is just not dying. He's getting kills every round. He's not dying, so they don't have to rebuy this op, and he's able to just drop weapons over to his teammates to keep the money, sort of afloat for the entire team.
Yeah, and I mean, just I really want to note, that push through the control smoke, by Citron, right? Knowing that there had to be a timing, there was a small gap, but they couldn't really see over it, and so my mic for some reason unplugged. Sorry about that, but they, push through the smoke, catching them off guard to really, get that information and see that they're rotating upward towards heaven, cause the rest of the rotations to come in, the kills from heaven to come in, and to solidify that round win for the Hacker Haven.
Right. And this is where you might start getting worried. Yeah, with no bomb plant, but because they won the previous, there is enough to get a buy here scrapped together for Cow. So we are gonna see full guns coming out, some Galil, some AKs. We're looking like they want to go for an early upper hit, and they are starting to drop the mollies in, but Dyron and Daniel are just going to trade each other. One goes down to the headshot, the other one to a Molotov, and Mekis is going to dink, but not going to get the kill onto Cantor. And all of these T's have started to work their way out. The HE is enough to finish off Cantor, and the headshot out of Jack is quick and efficient. My rival is killed. This is Iguana in the 1v3. Sees the first player, Prius, not a headshot, but it's enough damage to come through, and he gets a kill on Dakota. 7 HP, but Citron, the hero of H4K, he is out of there. He is evaporated. Making all this noise, he's going to rotate up to hit quickly to heaven, but down the vent goes Iguana. 7 HP, 2 kills in the round. This would be a 1v3 to keep this game close for Cow. Down, planting on the B bomb site. Planted closer. He wants to go plant for ramp so he can play with a lot of open space. Force Citron to have to take some gambles here. He finally exits the vent, walking towards single door. We see Iguana holding for this heaven push from ramp, but it's not going to happen. It's not coming yet.
I don't think he heard the door open.
I don't know if he did, but Citron has so much to clear. And yes, he has a flash and he has a kit, but there is a lot to clear here. This time is starting to tick out. There's the 10-second. He has to stick this. The flash from Iguana is going to peek out, and just enough to get the kill. Iguana is going to be the savior of Cow. He's going to pick up a 3K in the 1v3. Doesn't matter that he dies to the bomb. They get out with the round win.
Yeah, they do, and that's really huge coming in to this next buy here, forcing all the players on the CT side to kind of reinvest, Citron rebuying that up, putting a lot of strain on the economy. But we are reaching close to the half here, so they have to kind of really think about how the economy is going to be working overall. They have to justify whether or not they want this up, whether or not they want to have rifles coming into this next round, whether they want Citron to be the hero of the round, and as why they're giving him this hero up here. And a tactical timeout, I believe, coming out from the Hacker Haven side, trying to see what they can do with this round, right? They want to have as much impact in the round as possible, and they want to make sure that they get just a couple of guns, right? If they can save the op or even get a couple of guns off a couple of nice kills from Citron, would be huge for the economy overall. But what they're really hoping for is a round win.
Are seeing a bit of a mixed buy from H4K. It's not so pretty. And Citron is getting aggressive with this op. Halcyon already crossed over. Oh, this could be so scary. They could lose the op. But there's the pick. Iguana, the savior, last round, cannot do it again this time. They have been killed. Citron is just everywhere. He is all the way back outside, trying to get aggressive to put a stop towards these outside defaulters. Daniel H playing up close and personal in this hut. Halcyon holding above in ROPS, waiting for the hut walkout, but it's not coming. Daniel H is just waiting. Mech is on the XM, is holding towards Squeaky Door. And Coda on the MP9 is playing close in ramp, holding this trophy room push. It just feels like there's so much control everywhere you look for all of these H4K players. Coda is going to bail. Heaven rotate. Jack's going to come down to put a little bit of assistance. And there's the contact. And it's not even Jack, it's actually Citron on the op. He gets 2 more kills. There's a third close up and he can't get it. Still, 3 kills in the round for him. Dyron and Halcyon combined to pick up those 2 out ramp to get an entry into this bomb site. The bomb is getting played towards double, but there's Jack running out, stopping the bomb plant. Halcyon 1v2, make it a 4K in the round to save his team.
I mean, they're just getting shut down at every avenue. Coda pushing in through ramp close up, denying space, and all these shots being hit. Citron there with the nice hero play. It's not working out for the Ribeye Rippers here at all. The bomb is recovered, and they are spotted out here. Halcyon has to plant backside, but they have to be aware of that player towards double doors.
He's trying to make magic happen. There's a headshot. They can make this work. Daniel H was so out in the open. No time. He can't plant, and Jack realizes it. He just backs off. In a 3K in the round, it's going to be all that can be mustered by Halcyon, but it's not enough to win it. Jack just playing the time. He lives, and that's going to put 7 on the board for H4K. They win this half cleanly. Only 2 more rounds in this half, and they can make it 9. Making a statement against Cal right now.
I mean, yeah, going for that last second bomb plant down, maybe you would have thought that you had a little bit more time to work with. I'm assuming that their team was like, you have no time, don't bother, try to go for the kill, and try to bait for the peak. It just didn't work out, right? And so now I believe we're closing up onto this half here, second to last round, the penultimate round, dare I say. And a lot of space is being taken here. Coda onto my rival.
Sort of awkward. A lot of the, like, I mean, the guns in the round being Halcyon with a Galil. There's a couple pistols on Cantor and I think that is Dyron. I do not recognize the PFPs. I'm doing my best here. But Mecha's on an XM is interesting. Coda is going to get 3 in the round, but Dyron's P250 in the back of the skull is going to put Coda in the grave. Citron could get caught out here by Cantor. If he's not careful, this timing from Cantor could be a headshot. Oh. Just tags him in the back. It's not enough for the headshot, and now they're realizing that there is a player outside here, and Cantor's trying to back out, but Citron might catch him off guard. He won't quite. The XM on Mech is messy, but he gets it done anyways. Cantor, 45 seconds, a deagle, no armor, just a bomb and the pistol in his hand. Gonna need to make something happen here. The timing is so close. Mech is opposite to pick up the MP9. The XM, he runs out on the site to go for this bomb plant, but Mech is on the MP9, is sitting Squeaky Door. He turns towards Heaven, and the headshot is instant, as Mech is going to clean up the round, doesn't let it get out of control. 3 from James Coda in that round, picking up some ecos, and makes it clean while he does it. We're going to see 8 on the board here. 5-round lead for H4K.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of outside control from either of these teams, right? They're playing a lot of, towards ramp with Coda getting aggressive or not, right? Kind of playing it so dynamically, right? Some positions, sometimes some rounds are like up close and personal, some rounds are a little bit further back and playing for the fall off, but you always see the same thing happening. They're getting info, hopefully getting the kill, and then falling off to the lower side, but not fully giving up that full-on ramp control, making them really work for it. And like I said, on the T side, sure, they've been, kind of tossing these smokes and taking a lot of the space, but they haven't been able to really solidify anything around it, right? They always get shut down as soon as they try to execute on towards that A side, or even get completely retaken on when they plant on B.
This is the first round where they really had a lot of outside presence, and it resulted in them just getting down secret for free. Megas tries to rotate down the vent early, and it doesn't do anything for them. It's a lot of damage, but no kill comes in. Coda does finish off some of that damage. Cantor dies, and it puts us in a 4v4, just about to be retake. The bomb actually got dropped, though, so it's out in the open, and it's not quite planted yet. The bomb is recovered, and they're planting on that front corner. Jack gets a kill onto Halcyon. Makes things a little interesting here. Citron on the op. I think Dyron is fully aware. He just does not need to peek that. He has a Molly in his inventory that he could be using. But my rival, headshot onto Citron, is going to drop that op. But Coda, quick on the trade, and even quicker on the trade is Dyron onto James Coda. Jack is so low, he can't get out of that alive. Daniel H on an XM he has no say in this round as Dyron gets a second headshot of that round onto Daniel H. That puts us at an 8-4 scoreline with the H4K Walling Wizards leading as the Ribeye Rippers need to try to recover going into their CT side.
Yeah, normally T sides are a bit stronger here when it comes to more team-oriented CS, right? You have a lot more strats to work with. The CT side are also a little bit more coordinated, but they have a lot more to worry about, right? The amount of utility that they use, what space you're taking. Are they taking it together? Are they just giving up space? Are they, there's a lot more that goes into the thought process when it comes to rotating and taking such aggressive space there. But really, to highlight Coda here, right, doing their job phenomenally, excuse me. Pushing into hut or holding down that ramp and making sure that they don't get the B site for free, even if they die after getting a couple of kills. They're leading the charge, right? Like as I mentioned before, they were a bit absent in the couple of maps beforehand, but they're starting to show up again, and they're starting to show up really fantastically, right? Such a strong showing from Coda and a good recovery shows that their mentality has been reset, even if it was due to the long tech calls.
And Citron's reign continues. The P250 outside is gonna be a headshot machine. He's gonna remove a Cal player from the picture. Daniel H drive by on the canter, makes quick work of him, and Citron up close and personal. No armor, doesn't matter as Iguana goes down as well. Halcyon gets the kill, but he doesn't last much longer as he dies to Jack from Heaven. Dyron with a retake on the Heaven flank with the dualies. No armor, so that aim punch could mean a lot here. This is an interesting position to be in. They're not ready for it. Oh, but they are. They spot him out. The damage is traded, and they're swarming. They want these kills. Dyron, one headshot onto Jack. He knows there's a player towards Unbreakable, but Mechas is not unbroken by the dual Berettas. 9 rounds here. H4K win yet another pistol round. They have won so many in this game. They're just not afraid of anything.
Yeah, and we've been seeing this the entire game, Owen. The second round is always the scariest. Not almost none of the teams here, at least, have been able to secure a round win, which would put them into an even further lead. If Hacker Haven were to break that streak and win out this second round, they are almost guaranteed 11 rounds in, maybe even match point.
This is, I mean, really do or die, right? You need to have a response here if you're Cal. You can't just let H4K run over you like this when you went into Mirage just playing as the better team. I don't know if, like you said, the tech pause just iced people out or what happened, but it's just falling apart for Cal. They lost on their map pick and they came into Nuke, and I think we said we didn't really know what to expect, but it just seems like H4K are just experts.
Yeah, just so clinical, right? Moving together as a unit, making sure that not one player is going to be left alone here, and taking really good timings. Just as I say that Jack coming in taking out Dyron, it's now a 5v2. Hacker Haven look like they're breaking the streak of losing the second round after winning pistol, and it's gonna, reward them in having a bigger lead and maybe even winning out the final map and making it to the semifinals against UPS.
Until the round is won, I'm not convinced that it's over. Cantor on the Deagle, not much longer for this world. Jack is going to kill him, and he's going to soon find my rival in lobby. But that's just enough of pretty much a confirmation of where the end of this round will be. Citron is trying to get a knife here in this event. He's waiting ever so patiently. But my rival is saving. He's going to try to save into this next round, try to give them something to work with. But yeah, I mean, there was not nearly enough action in this round, or not enough damage from, not enough damage from the CTs to warrant another force at 4-10. If there was, then you would maybe we would see, another force to try to keep them on their toes, excuse me, but all there's going to be in this round is, okay, a couple more. But even then, I mean, there's just not justifying it. All that can happen is my rival picking up a rifle for themselves, but this just seems like it's going to have to be the save.
I mean, even then, there's no armor for my rival to even justify, right? If they're gonna buy the M4, that's all they're gonna have, right? $3,100 for the M4 A4 and $2,900 for the M4 A1S, and maybe to buy some utility, but you don't want to really go super broke there. You want to have some money to buy with your team coming into the next round. So this MP9 is more than doable, especially if you get a couple of kills, right? The $600 kill reward is going to do wonders and just kind of help solidify that round here. But Hacker Haven, I think they're feeling it. They're waking up, they're heating up, and they're playing it slowly. They're not running into a stack here. They're playing it methodically, and they're clearing things out together. Just as you saw, Citron taking a Halcyon and Iguana might have caught another timing, but Citron very aware.
Yeah, just too smart. That bomb is getting escorted in from lobby now, and the Molly comes in, so the 2 ramp players won't have any impact. Cantor is in heaven. He might just like peek out, try to get a headshot. There is one. Jack dies, goes down in the mini. But Daniel H is containing these lobby players as Coda is containing Cantor into heaven. Citron gets 3 in this round, and we're seeing 11. This is it. This is do or die for Cal. Down 7 rounds. If they lose this, they are broke and they've given up match point for the best of 3, series point. So they need to have a response here. They need to have a game plan of how they're going to stop just getting run over like this. We are seeing a tech pause right now.
Yeah, and I do want to, really back to Mirage, right? We saw Hacker Haven on their CT side, I believe. Not really just getting overrun on both A side, B side, and even towards mid. And once they finally had enough guns to really kind of go for a push, they solidified and pushed in through middle as a unit. I kind of want to see the same thing here. I want them to either take full lobby control, like we saw back then on these first half there by the Ribeye Rippers, or we see them kind of just falter and go towards outside maybe, or even pushing through ramp. They have to take some aggressive space to ensure that they don't just get overrun and split onto the A bomb site from outside. Even have the chance of them going down towards B.
Right, and it does make me wonder what we're. It does make me wonder what we're gonna see. You know, from Cal, because they have the op on my rival, so he has the gun that's supposed to be able to win these head to heads and supposed to get these entries like what Citron is doing. He needs to have the same impact where he is just easily and clearly just all over the map and causing so many issues the entire time. Because if that doesn't happen, then there's not really going to be there's nothing really to speak of.
Yeah, absolutely. And just needing, my rival just not only has to hit the shots, but also has to be aware of the rotations. Because yes, you need to be mobile, but if you make a wrong rotation, you're out of the fight and you just leave your team to kind of get overrun.
This looks like we have all 5 players in. So we should be getting this match unpaused very shortly here. Just waiting on H4K or Cow to ready up and be ready to get things underway here. I'm not sure what's going to happen. It would be cool to see a Cow come back and see like a close game on this map 3, but I'm not sure if it's really in them. I'm not sure what to expect here.
I mean, at this point, right, you have to dig really deep into the strat book. You have to really kind of think of something that is really unorthodox for this kind of play. But Hacker Haven could also be thinking of the same exact thing. They could be thinking, hey, we've been dominating this entire map, and they haven't had an answer really for us besides getting a few lucky kills or getting a good timing. So maybe just thinking of like they have to go for a desperate maneuver might be in the play. And once again, it's gonna come down to the mind games of how each of these teams play, especially now that we're in playoffs. As you mentioned, it is do or die, but not just for the map. It's also for the season. You're out of playoff contentions here if you lose, right? Very obvious, but they have to come up with something. And I think more than just playing the game, it comes down to the mental. If they can't really keep their mental in check and have that positive attitude going forward, even if they lose this round, I think it's going to be declared over.
Yeah. And we are back in action. All 10 players in the server once again, and we're ready to go here. An early outside default for the T's. Seeing them drop towards mini. Iguana spots it. He's looking towards the head, but the head shot comes from Coda. But Dyron here in Glaive might go unchecked. He has so much to do, so much in his control, but he could end the round right here. Jack is killed, and so is Citron. 2 of the heavy hitters for H4K goes down. And this became a 2v4 so quickly from a 4v4. The op on my rival speaks and Mekis dies, but Daniel H in an interesting position. He gets into heaven and he's gonna get the trade back a little late, but my rival goes down and puts him back into a 1v3 from the 1v4.
Yeah, and
Oh,
Daniel getting that first kill doesn't really speak well, right? It's still a 1v3. You don't have bomb in your position, and the CTs have full control of where you can really realistically come from with 45 seconds left on the clock. And Daniel picking up the op, I think he's just going to go for the save. I think they have a lot of rounds to work with. And I'm proven wrong. Trying to toss that op out so the CTs don't have it in their hands there to pick up at another op. And yep, everyone's just holding outside. And Daniel, I think, might be trying to go for some cheeky exit frags to kind of ruin the economy for Hacker Haven, but not looking too good. A solid crossfire here by the Welling Wizards.
I do like the decision to throw the op out so that way they can't get one back. Even if they are gonna have to give it up and let them take rifles or let them get a rifle, another rifle round in, I think it is a smart decision to just make sure the op is not recoverable by anybody. Because obviously that round only get the one kill. They sort of just lost to not clearing Dyron out by Glaive, but I still think that the op is going to be the most impactful gun on this on the CT side, like it was for H4K. So good decision from good decision, even if it did not result in a round win. But more fast inner, and Jack is just dropped into mini, and he rips off the head of two people. Dyron dies in mini, and Halcyon dies on the A site. They're scrimming out towards outside here. A headshot from Citron is gonna take out my rival. He's spamming towards lockers. He gets a second on Decanter, and Coda finishes it off for the 5th. Iguana dies, and that is series point for H4K.
That was a phase strat, the classic Canada strat, fast through outside. From silo down to midi, getting 2 quick headshots. It was fast paced and it was aggressive. It was in their face, and they managed to get the kills off. The round was so fast. Kills were coming in, gunfights everywhere. Some good shots overall being hit from both teams, but the Hacker Haven come out on top, and now they're very broke. Sure, Ribeye Rippers have had one round to kind of build up some bonus, some money left in the bank, especially because they only lost one, but still.
It's 2 rifles, but the one of them is already activated and made some work of it. And there's the second one. Dyron and Iguana, the 2 players on the A1Ss, have already picked up a kill apiece in this round. So, 20 seconds in, it's already a 4v3 for the CTs. Daniel H going for these taps towards the player out by Credit. Flash coming over. Iguana in mini, trying to create this crossfire with Dyron. The smokes are trying to come across. Bomb is down, I think, below silo. Here's Daniel. He's going to throw some sort of smoke. I think this is a heaven smoke, if I'm remembering correctly. Pretty sure that's a heaven smoke. Yeah, it is. And so we're seeing maybe sort of trying to create some inner space, but in reality, it's going to cause them to walk towards ramp. Mekis is here ahead of probably where Cantor's expecting. Oh, he saw the head and he gets it. He rips it off with the MP9, and this might just be a secured round. 3 rifles are now in the hands of Cal members. Yeah, sure, Iguana's low HP, but the HP is only going to matter if the CTs are in positions to, take those duels. And at least the bomb should be getting planted. A missed heaven smoke. It's really awkward, so they're going to have to hold for this. Bomb at least gets planted. Cantor is investigating with Dyron towards midi, holding this right sight swing. Iguana coming up from vent for this retake. Flash over from Daniel H. They swing out to clear mini. A lot of damage is traded, but nothing comes out quite yet. Cantor doesn't get a single one. Daniel H and Coda need to combine, but Dyron mows them down. They line up 13 HP and 18 HP on the last 2 players alive, and they're going to get another round back, at least making this competitive, or trying to make it a competitive map at 6-12.
Yeah, I mean, the nice double swing there from both of the Hacker Haven players did look like it was going to turn out well, right? You have the instant trade, and then it's down to a 1v1, 50-50 duel. But Dyron, too fast and too quick on the trigger. They're picking up 2 quick kills and lining up, right? Sometimes the double swing doesn't always line up perfectly for you guys. Maybe someone swings wide when they were supposed to swing shallow, and it really just came down to the spur of the moment thing here. But still some good things for the Hacker Haven. They got the bomb plant down, and they still have more than enough guns to work with here. And now it's still going to be a battle to the death. It's non-stop stress for the Ribeye Rippers here.
Yeah, this is, and it seems like they're going quick into the ramp rush. Cantor gets the first, he gets a second, low HP. He's hiding in the smoke, and my rival actually dies to Jack, and Jack spams through the smoke to finish off Cantor as well. So 3v3 here, but there's already a player down rotated into Astralis, and Iguana is still close by towards Hell. Halcyon has them locked in towards lobby. I actually think that this is super awkward. They're down on site, like right above each other. Jack is right above the Astralis player. I don't know if they realize where they are. This is so awkward.
The bomb is about to get dropped here, though.
Yeah, that's just Halcyon Halcyon kills Coda. Not really a response that's possible. There's a player out that came from site, which is Citron, but then Jack is still here towards ramp, but he doesn't know about Dyran's position on the B site. He comes up into ramp and it puts Citron into a 1v3 to clutch it. 1v3 to make it to semifinals, meet up against UPS. Citron first goes down. He doesn't see the second behind the smoke. Some bullets are traded, and there's a one tap. He's very, very cautious, but he gets away with the bomb. 30 seconds left, a 1v1 for Citron. Iguana needs to get there now to defuse the situation.
And he's not ready for this.
Close. I don't know if Citron is, but Citron is going towards Tetris. He's not going to go towards into Hut. He's ready and waiting for this Heaven player. But the swing out from Hut is enough for Iguana to get the round secured. A 4v2 into a 1v1. What could have been a disaster turn into a semifinal berth for H4K has been silenced for now.
Yeah, I mean, Cal, once again, they needed to have resilience. Their mental needed to be on tip-top shape for the remainder of this half, at least, if they wanted to make it to OT and make it past that and go to the semifinals. And they're showing it off here. It's coming down to the 1v1s, though. So all it takes is one lucky shot, one misplaced smoke, or one good timing from the Hacker Haven to just win out the map entirely.
This is just where things can get nervous. Mech is down the vent early, and so is Daniel H. Citron dies, but there's still a couple that go down. Cantor is not ready for the player to be down in vent that early. Daniel H gets the kill. Jack is gonna get one, or Jack goes down, excuse me, and bomb is left in lobby. Daniel H on the M4A1S is gonna pick up one onto Halcyon, and Mekis finds two of the CTs. Daniel H on the rifle isn't so keen to the right side peek, but Mekis gets one back. Another 1v3 made possible. He needs to go back up through the vent to get this bomb. And I think that the CTs are over-rotated, and they don't know that they don't even have bomb. Mekis hits a huge timing. He gets up the vent. Looks like Iguana might be aware of it, but they're waiting for him. They think he's still towards double, but this bomb is being recovered by Mekis. Mekis, what's his next move looking like? He grabs the bomb. Can't quite see what's going on next. This is extremely nerve-wracking because we don't know what's happening next. We cannot see.
Yeah, I mean, I would have guessed that Mekis would have assumed,
okay.
but yeah, it does get the bomb plant down. Smokes have been placed, and now the Ribeye Rippers are trying to come back into this retake, but Mekis has a lot of work to do, and they're coming in late.
Right, my rival's coming in from Heaven. Iguana coming from Mini. Mekis, he doesn't hit the shot, and Iguana again is gonna shut down any sort of hopes in a clutch. 8 now for the Ribeye Rippers. And this is when it's starting to get close. I hate to say it, but this is when it starts to get close.
Yeah, I mean, the snowball is rolling. Now these rounds are coming a little bit more, not still as scary, but a little less scary than they were before. Because before it was down to 1v1s and, trying to get the right timing and trying to realize what can be done. Now it's down to the 2v1s, bomb being planted. You guys are more than okay and more than feeling safe about going for the retake together. But there's still that added stress of, what if, they just hit the correct shot? What if Mekis got the initial headshot and the body shot and ended up winning the first 1v1, right? There's always going to be that little bit of added stress here. So these rounds are getting a little bit cleaner, which means that maybe the mental of the Walling Wizards might be fainting.
Early round, looks like the money was kind of a mixed buy for H4K because Citron only has a Deagle, and Mekis and everybody else has AKs. But there's no op for the CTs. The money is just kept really close for both sides, which, it's just impressive that it's been that close. Oh my goodness, Daniel H just gets spammed fully by Dyran, and he gets traded out by Mekis. But the secret player from Cantor is unknown, but he is not cleared and he's not dealt with. He picks up 2. He's going to cause some issues. This round just falls apart at the seam. Citron on the Deagle. One
Oh
dig
my
through
God.
the peak towards credit. There might be another one towards heaven. He spots out the player towards heaven. My rival is known. Halcyon on top of Mini. Jack dies. Citron now in a 1v3 with just a Deagle in his hands. He could try to recover a rifle and make this round winnable. He's got full armor. He's got everything he could need. He just needs to grab an AK. And there it is. He is in business. Still worried about the secret player, but the rotates have come in and Cantor re-peaks from Mini, and he gets a third, putting it up to 9. A 3-round lead for H4K. What was once a 7-round lead. It is getting spooky. I can't lie.
Slowly fading away too. Now, no bomb plant down within the last round there means their economy not looking too good overall. They can still really afford to buy. Maybe
I
Jack
don't know if I like
will.
it though. They're buying with like no utility. I
So-
would rather them just buy like half buy and to get an op in the next round, or just get better guns with full utility. The HEs are gonna land outside, a little bit of chip damage done, nothing too serious.
Jack was
It is
hurt
enough
here.
to make. Yeah, but Jack's been sort of an expert dropping Mini and getting in the space. Dyron is gonna drop himself into vent and go into lower. Coda spam towards ramp. And there's the Mac 10 spotted out, but Iguana deals with him from credit card and back garage. Flash Citron off. 2 players outside still. Make it 3, or one back is Squeaky with Coda towards ramp. Dyron gets his head, gets a little bit of a haircut, but no kill. They are aware of him being towards secret. Citron is pushed up to back red. We still have Daniel H over towards Africa. 1 minute left. And I'm not gonna lie, it feels like if H4K aren't getting these openings, they stall out hard. It's really showing itself these last couple rounds.
Yeah, with 50 seconds left on the clock, that Mac 10 is down. I would have liked to see that Mac 10 go really aggressive somewhere, right? Not just dropping down Mini, or if it was going to drop down Mini, have it be the immediate start of the round. You want that Mac 10 to create a lot of space and push out and not really deal with those long-range engagements. So seeing Jack just kind of posted up top Mini, not the ideal spot for the Mac 10, but I'm assuming there was a plan behind it that just didn't go well due to Iguana's antics there. But now it looks like an A-side hit, a Molly coming in a
Molly.
bit late to separate them.
But it doesn't matter. All the rifles are out on the A bomb site, and Coda in the back has nothing to speak for. He gets his head taken out. Cow are making this comeback 5 in a row to get themselves to double digits on map 3 here. And this is where you really need to slow down and stop trying to force it in, just take your time. Take a round to save, make sure you have good money, and that's what H4K has to do here.
Yeah, we did see a vent drop a couple of rounds ago there. Hoping to see the same thing, but this time with the bomb on the back of someone who has dropped down to lower there, instead of leaving it towards lobby there, to leave it to someone's antics, right? We saw Mecha's almost winning that clutch in the 1v2. It just didn't work out here. And yep, we're seeing another vent drop here. They're in
This
the top
time
down,
Citron
right,
gets down with the bomb.
but 3 players taken down, Owen.
3 players, but they're going to get the bomb plant. And with the max loss bonus, this is guaranteed going to be a lot of money. The Tech 9 onto Dyron. Daniel H, he's going to pick up an AK for himself. And he has armor. And the CTs aren't, like, close yet. I mean, there's 3 tech is going to have to start. It almost looks like they're just going to try to guarantee to get these rifles. Or sorry, excuse me, get the kills here. And there's 2.
Oh?
This could be a 2v5. My rival pushing up. He's going to try to smoke off single door and get on this bomb. The double door is open. He's getting spammed out, and his Citron goes down, but Daniel H on the AK is the last one to save this round. He can't do it. There's no time. Even with a kit, I don't think Cantor has it.
No
Cantor
time.
doesn't. The 2v5 on the Tech 9 half by H4K put a stop in Cow. They're eliminated from playoffs.
The comeback that could have been, Owen. 12, just for a second there, really think about what was going on. They had the ball rolling. They were getting these opening picks. They managed to take out a bunch of frags onto, and just everything was going right for them. They had the bomb plant down. They got the kills. They had the positioning, and it never came through. Playing for time was the defining factor there. And I believe it was Daniel H who was by double doors to win out. No, Cantor, excuse me. Just playing their time, waiting, not peeking out, over aggressing until he had to on the absolute last moment, knowing that there was no time. even if they had a kid. Just an absolute showing here from the Hacker Haven, who put the doubters down, right? We saw that comeback, once again from Ribeye Rippers almost happening. Starly putting it a 2-0 in favor, I believe Cal. Even myself believing that Cal was going to win, but never came through. But let's, enough about me yapping. Let's hear about what the analyst desk has to say about the match.
Well, that was a map. We dealt with tech issues tonight. We dealt with UI issues, all sorts of stuff. But here we are at the end of our series, the Elite quarterfinals. H4K, they take the series 2-1 in a match that it looked pretty one-sided at first, but Cal building just a little bit of a comeback before finally H4K taking the final 13-10. Starly, I mean, what happened that map?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think what happened was we saw a lot of W keying being held, and we saw some good fucking aim. Sorry, I'm not allowed to swear on broadcast. We saw some really good aim duels out of H4K.
Really good aim.
Really good aim duels. And I think, I was in a chat with you at the end of it, but when H4K, started getting on the ropes at 12-5, had 7 chances to close it, and then, got to 12-10, I was saying hit something fast. And sure, the 2v5 was not what I expected, but I mean, credit to them. They sped up the tempo and they caught Kyle off guard. And I think that's kind of the theme for this series. Yeah. I think H4K caught Kyle off guard. Citron's op was not a variable that I think that was accounted for. You saw how effective, again, it was on CT side of Nuke. And I think that just the raw aim just overpowered Cow. They just weren't ready to fight.
Yeah. And we here on the desk absolutely eat our words. James Coda not doing that great. 5-18 map 1, 6-16 map 2, but 20-12 here on Nuke to pull the team to victory. Or I'm sorry, 20-17. My bad. I was looking at the wrong stat. 20-17. Citron 27-16 as well. Like you said, just absolutely demolish them. I mean, but like you said, Cow, they came out swinging. They had that first map on Mirage. 5-13. It was H4K's pick. They were kind of sleeping. But then H4K 13-8 on Anubis, which was pretty surprising. The getting 7 rounds on the T side, 6 rounds out there on the T side or CT side. Cow only 3 rounds on the T side of Anubis. But then we just saw Nuke here as well. Absolute domination from H4K. Starly, do you have any last thoughts on this series?
Well, yeah. I just got I got a little message from Citron. It's a little late, obviously. Let's wrap this up. But according to sources within the Walling Wizards, he says he donated a map to the plumbers because he felt bad. So we applaud Citron's generosity for making Mirage a fast affair on that front before shocking the world on Anubis and then Nuke. Yeah. I mean, again, just from me, I think. Again, we said it in our VC, right, when Nexus and Owen were holding down the fort on the actual casting, but people were tired. It was just, let's hold W, let's get a flash out. Do we need outside smokes? No, outside smokes are for losers. Okay? And let's just shoot Cow in the head. And H4K shot more heads than Cow did today. I think after my awful 2-0 Cow analysis, I think that's the best I have left in the tank. Cow got shot in the head. H4K did the shooting.
Absolute butchering from H4K, but they need to bring it absolutely even more tomorrow because they secured themselves a spot in the semifinals against the number 1 seeded team, UPS. Absolute domination from UPS. So, I mean, what really quick, your last thoughts going against UPS. What does H4K got to do against them in the semifinals tomorrow?
Shoot more heads.
Shoot 4 heads.
Shoot more heads.
Get that aim.
Yep. Just out aim them. Just out aim them. I already see Cloudzino in the chat. Cloudzino typing in all caps, quivering right now at the thought of a Citron Deagle swinging the corner. I know it. I know you can hear me.
Hop into the aim labs, courtesy of Starly, H4K, congratulations on securing your spot in the semifinal against UPS. Condolences to Cal for getting eliminated. On behalf of the broadcast team, shout out to our casters Nexus and Owen, Amaryllis and Freeman, observing Mechatronic on the production desk. Starly, it's been great doing analysis and hosting the desk. Also, shout out Martige for doing the match medic, getting all of those tech issues sorted out, when things were shorting out. And shout out to everybody in chat contributing to this awesome community. If you want more, go to csconfederation.com, join the community. We would love to have you. Thank you all so much for watching and have a great night.